Our train leaves in 7 minutes from platform 5. We're going to London, baby, to a Boss event. Hugo Boss, they've invited us up to show us their new collection. We've closed very... Yo, yo, yo!
Hey!
Where are we, Pete?
We're in London.
We're in London, baby.
We're in House of Vans.
Underneath the mighty Waterloo train station.
So if you hear some noise, that will be the trains coming past.
Yeah. I thought it was skateboarders, but it's trains.
Yeah, but there's no skateboarders, not up yet, are they? It's a bit early in the morning. What is it, like 10?
What do you think they used to do in here? What did it used to be used for?
Dungeons of some sort.
No, I reckon this was storage and slavery, probably.
Slavery?
I don't know. Anyway, we're in House of Vans because Boss.
Because of the wonderful things from Boss.
Hey! Welcome to Cause and Effect. 40 years of Boss history for guitar players, pedal aficionados and tech connoisseurs alike. This is the ultimate playground and the hottest ticket in town.
And that's just Lee.
Maybe.
Yeah.
So yeah, Boss are 40 years old this year. And they've hired this wicked place, which I've never been to before, called House of Vans, which is like quite a massive, and we're going to wander around here, underground
Layer.
Absolutely.
Maybe that's what
and they've done a gig. They've done some gigs here, and they're doing some like master classes with clever people and
Sessions.
And there's demo rooms where you can go and try stuff.
You can drink some beers.
There's a skate park here, which is obviously what House of Vans normally is.
Yep.
It's very cool.
It's very cool.
There we go. We're going to take a tour. Thanks to Matt Knight and the wonderful people at Boss who've let us in behind the scenes.
Yeah. Let's do it, man.
Let's do it, man.
Do it. Ever. The Boss pedals
have ever made. Oh,
so
at least every compact pedal.
And we sneak behind here. From the first one,
the OD1,
to the last one, which is a really cool pedal. Oh, sorry. I really like that.
So, what did you have?
What did I have out of these? I had a really early one of these.
Yeah.
With that silver knob on. I'm not sure if it was one of the first. Distortion. I had that with the orange.
I've got that. I've got a CE2, which I bought off eBay recently.
I had that. I had a
I had a CS. Is it CS2 or CS3? No, I had a CS3. I had that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have I had that one. I've had two. I've had another chorus out of
that one.
No, the more modern one. I've had one of those.
Oh yeah. I had that one and that one and that one.
I've had a DD3. Where's a DD3?
Yeah. Oh, that's earlier.
So what have you had? What have you had on here? Come on, you must have had loads of these pedals.
I mean, who hasn't had a Boss pedal, and who still doesn't have
Who
a Boss
hasn't
pedal?
had a... Come on, hands up if you hadn't had a Boss pedal. What are you doing? So look, loads and loads of pedals, but before the compact pedal started, Roland, the parent company of Boss, were experimenting with some really crazy guitar stuff. We're going to go and have a look at that.
This is pretty cool,
now,
isn't it?
check out these clumpy looking pedals down here. Seriously, man, there's no chance of you pressing 2 of these pedals simultaneously by accident, is there?
Unless you've got a really big foot.
Isn't it weird as well that some of the really early pedals, we were obsessed more with modulation and other stuff rather than distortion? What do you think a Bee Gee did?
Yeah, just did this noise like that.
It just took your normal guitar note and it made it much, much higher.
It's a fuzz
Oh,
pedal.
it is a fuzz. Okay, I take it back then.
So, you,
we did have
you take that back. So like a
fuzzes,
compressor.
phasers.
So
Yeah.
was compressor, was the sustainer before? Or,
I guess so.
You know, because sustain is compressor, you would think, right?
And you can look at the size of
I'm
some of
probably
these
wrong.
volume pedals as well. Just gigantic. Human
People have
beings
big
must
feet
have
then.
evolved to
They
have
have-
smaller feet nowadays. Because in these days, look at the size.
I mean, check this out because it's still got plastic on the pedal.
Wow.
That's how it's all these are just
old. Okay, so there's some early Boss pedals here.
distortion, rocker distortion. Cool, that's cool. That's like
Now over here,
what is happening?
these look a bit like electro-harmonics kind of things, don't they? But they're obviously not. They're proper Roland
There's
things.
some
A B-bar.
So B, I reckon why
a
they
bumblebee.
the B. So it's a fuzz, isn't it? Because it makes a fuzz.
What about Funny Cat then? What noise did that make?
Funny.
That's like an early Miku
Hum-
pedal, isn't it? Where you play it and it goes meow, meow, meow.
Harmonic mower.
Mover, that says. Harmonic mover. Which is in English with the V's are not W.
Sorry.
Anyway.
Equalizer.
Didn't that pedal show have this chorus pedal once? And it was amazing, like a really old...
No, I used to have one of these. I sold it for about 50 quid. How much is that worth now?
Oh,
A CE1?
55 quid.
At least.
Jet phaser.
I mean, these looks wicked.
I know, they should bring
You
this
can
kind
see
of vibe
when you
back,
can
shouldn't
see
they?
where line 6. I can see line 6
Yes.
in here, right? Where you got where they get some inspiration for their big stomp.
This DB5 is described as a rare big box.
Big
Then
box.
we've got tuners.
Tuners.
The importance of being in tune.
Now, which one of these were your first tuner? I can see mine in here. I can see mine.
I don't even remember what tuner I ever had.
I had that.
The TU12.
The TU12.
Our guitar tech, our guitar tech has had a TU12 for like 30 years.
I still have mine, and it still works, and it still comes in that little box you fold up. Do you remember that little leather case?
Duck, 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 the beat. Dick, 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 duck, the beat. What's
something-
the play bus?
What?
Oh, it's a headphone amp. Play
Well, that's
bus.
coming back again, isn't it? The headphone amps and these little
hand
hand
clapper.
They've brought back these
Yes, they have.
these pads
Yeah,
now.
SPD things,
Yeah,
haven't
they're
they?
really cool actually. I mean, we must look at
Amazing.
them in some videos soon.
The Boss
Multi-jack.
guitar pickups. Oh, and preamps.
This is the first ever, apparently, Boss product.
Oh,
Am I
really?
right, Matt?
You are indeed.
Yeah. So this is the first ever acoustic preamp and the first acoustic pickup the Boss ever did. The first one. So there you are, the first ever Boss product. Look.
Oh yeah, it says the first ever Boss product.
I can read, you know.
This is some inventory that is didn't sell, so this is on sale now. Look, this has been in the Andertons warehouse since about 1983. No, this is not true. But I do remember when, it's just weird, isn't it? How we're so we're so used to all this kind of stuff just being software driven now, aren't we? But yeah, back in the day, you just used to have racks and racks and racks of this stuff.
That's right. I used one of these.
Look at this. It's
I
taking a
had
bit of a
this.
beating.
I had that.
VF1?
Yes,
What
I
it
did
do?
have that. I can't remember. And I remember having that
having
because
one.
it's just got effects in it.
I don't think, did this look a bit like a GP? No, I did have a GX700.
Yeah,
it was a
and then a Marshall.
GP16 or something that was,
Yes, and then
look at all these. And I remember selling these rack cases
Yeah.
for them as well.
in studios back then with the Tascams.
I'm sure these were, even back then, these were like £200 each or something mad.
Probably.
Look at that. I mean, it's just a beautiful sign of the times, isn't it? Little rack mixers. As I said, it's mad to think that, back in these days, software didn't really exist.
And it's mad to think that all of these products that's been sold, many of them probably just ended up in a skip somewhere after all the software came in. I mean, you know what I mean? There you go, here you go. There's some of those coming back as well. Oh, dude, I remember all of these, Dr. Rhythm.
Dr. Rhythm. Yep. That's not that old, is it? ME20. That's relatively
Yeah.
like last 10 years or so.
It's every product Boss has ever made is in here, right? That's I think that's the. Oh, look at these here. Where's the ME5? Come on! This is my absolute all-time favorite. Is it ME10?
ME10.
There, 5.
ME5 at the top. The
that's the
5
one.
was a great bit of kit.
And it still is. If you can get one of these, if anybody, can I just do a thing? If anyone has got one of these that they fancy getting rid of, please send it to me because I really want one. It's my first thing.
Nobody makes these kind of.
I had that as well.
But this type of thing where it was like a little soft touch button, wasn't it? And everything for a while was this, wasn't it? Like TV remote controls and there's something gratifying about just touching it.
Goes little click thing, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh man, I miss all of this stuff.
And again, when I first started selling guitars, this was what you know, I can remember the sales pattern now was going, yeah, but instead of buying 3 separate pedals, you could have one of these and save £50, whatever it was.
Yeah.
Even like in 1990 or whenever this came out, that was still like £150, even then. And people were just like, oh, it's amazing, I'll buy it.
Look at that, wireless system.
Wireless.
You don't want
It's
to
like
fuck your
Evil
eyes
Ed,
on those.
doesn't it, from Will O' the Wisp.
Hey, hello.
But I mean, the evolution from...
What's that?
That's the coolest thing.
Is this like Dan Steinhardt's inspiration for the gig rig?
It's the first ever control center switcher. So
It is.
What? Check this out.
So you bought it as a complete set with the foot controller.
Oh, I
the foot controller.
Look
Check
at
out
it.
the foot
And then
controller.
you put your pedals in here. This space is reserved for you, but this space is reserved for Boss. And then you could literally up the gain on everything, matrix it, save it as a preset, and then have it on the foot controller down.
So all of us thinking that pedal switching is a relatively new sort of phenomena.
But I mean, look at this power unit that it has here, and the one that
this was 1982, I think.
Look at the way that the jacks are literally screwed to the. So how do you have to unscrew it?
You have to take the whole thing off.
Put the pedal on and then
unscrew those, put the pedal on, and then screw everything back down. But then it came in this
But
flight
you didn't
case.
need Velcro. It's
it
another
came
way
in a
of
flight
doing
case
it.
as well.
It came with the flight case, and then you bought the foot controller as well, and then there was a special 24-pin cable that hooks it all up. But it even had a buffered output and a normal output as well.
That's amazing. That's amazing. That is amazing.
That was one of the hardest things to find,
I
actually.
never knew. And the computer controlled.
Yes.
And this kind of product, the Roland one, this absolutely was the start of a boom in digital recording that ultimately destroyed high-tech departments in music shops around the world. Back in the day, when this came out, it was actually this wasn't the first thing, but this basically was replacing tape machines, and everyone's like, wow, it's amazing, look at all you can do, it's so brilliant. And then of course what we didn't foresee was that another 20 years later it'd just be 99 pence app on your iPhone. This looks old.
I've seen these before.
Is this a chorus?
Yeah, so that's the Dimension Chorus. So the same as the pedal, but this was the original rack version. But you can actually hit 2 at once, which was an initial error. They didn't actually want that to happen. But then people were like, oh, you can actually do that. But this was the first ever dual circuit chorus.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
I bet it still sounds great.
It sounds amazing, yeah.
What have we got here then?
So these are the pedals that we had for that 40th anniversary video. So the
that's
actual
it, yeah.
original
Phaser
and Spectrum and Drive. These look like they're just limited edition graphics.
What is it? Oh, I need a haircut. Look at my hair, it's terrible.
I think you're beautiful.
I think you're beautiful. Good acoustics in here.
The dual pedal thing. The dual pedal thing. I think visually these were never as attractive looking as the individual compacts. Were
No. And if your foot is a bit too big, of course, you can hit two at the same time.
That's very true.
Now, here we go.
You know when something looks that good, it's going to sound amazing.
Just the writing. Look at the writing.
Digital chorus.
Analog chorus and reverb.
This was called the DC50 Digital Chorus, but it actually uses BBD chips. It's actually analog. It's analog
They lied.
chorus, and it's got a spring in it for
Did they
reverb.
steal the writing from Dumble, or did Dumble steal the writing from you? Look at the typeface of digital chorus. Digital chorus. What you talking about? Digital chorus.
More of these. This is all synthesizers, right? These. I remember these.
That was a little 4-track digital machine, wasn't it?
Systems.
What's that?
I had this. I have this. I had that as well. which you control the what is it called? GS16. What was it?
There's just a MIDI foot
Yes,
controller.
MIDI
You
foot
can
controller.
control a lot of
Where's the GP16? That was like the updated version of GP8, wasn't it? I had one of those. I definitely had one of those. I don't know why.
Oh,
but
I had all of this. I had this as well.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I
I
never
remember
really liked any of
that
this.
time I was playing fusion music with
Alan
a
Holdsworth
guitar
covers band.
up here, and I had the whole pickup in it when they came out, and I played organ. Yay! And it was not very.
Oh, look!
Oh man! Take that out.
That's just.
You just want to touch these knobs.
I feel like this should be a click knob though to click round from.
Click, 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 click. Feel that?
It's proper though, isn't it? That
It's like a hi-fi system,
It is.
right?
Now, this is when guitar technology was old school. So this guitar and the GR500 was like a matching thing. This is a Roland guitar from the 70s. And this is just some epic synth with oscillators and filters and...
This is one of the things you turn it on and it has to warm up.
It's what we need, look, we need knobs with gigantic letters on them to tell you what they are. P, B, M, S.
It's poem and volume.
That's a nice looking guitar.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like that. I could
You
rock
would
that
look
body
good.
shape.
You would look good
I
on
like
that.
the headstock shape. To be honest, it's quite unusual to find a shape that isn't a complete rip-off of something else and go,
Yeah.
I quite like that. Quite like that.
But you know what?
That
Again,
looks like an old Westone Thunder 1, doesn't it, or something? The
in my day.
GR300 must have had a few guises, because I'm sure the maybe it was a GR, I'm sure GR300 came out.
No, that's
GR30 maybe. Look at this, look at the connection that you used to have for the guitar input.
Yeah.
Back in the
That's what
day,
I've done here, isn't
you had to have some sort of
yeah, look.
IBM style.
So have a look at this. Is the input. I remember that having that.
Oh,
massive
that's...
cable hanging out.
And then you just bend the pins, don't you? And then it doesn't
But you
work.
can still use it as a normal
Yeah.
guitar as well.
What did they used to call that kind of? Was it SCART or something? Wasn't it like a?
Like the baggy TV in the 90s.
Speaking of guitars, that again, I think you see,
Let's stop.
for me,
Oh, it's tech.
all this like Strandbergy, Kiesel guitar shapes, they're getting it wrong. Roland got it right.
Yeah.
If you want a contemporary looking guitar, you've got to have some sort of handle that connects the headstock to the body. It's like
It's amazing.
It's wicked.
Who played it? Who played
Jimmy
it?
Page.
Jimmy Page, yeah.
Jimmy Page.
And there was some of the Prince stuff as well. He, the bass player, you remember, used the.
That's the matching unit for the guitar.
Is this a
Matching unit for the
Roland
bass.
own design trem or is it a Kahler license or what?
I think it's a Roland own design trem.
It's mad.
But the funny thing is, the handle is actually also the faceplate of the front of the headstock as well. So that's like one whole piece.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I love it.
These things are incredible.
Seriously, this looks like the sort of
But the
thing.
whole design is the.
This just looks like a prop from like an
Wars
old
film,
Battlestar Galactica
Yeah,
film.
that's it.
Oh, look, and it's got this nice soft
Again,
touch.
this touch one.
You could also buy a separate programmer that's stuck on the front magnetically, and then that turned everything into physical controls as well.
Honestly, it's just software has ruined the romance of all this kind of kit. Hasn't
I mean,
it?
the
There was
innovation
something
when you look
so
yeah, exactly.
tactile about it all.
And I mean, people come up with these ideas and go, which then brings us to these
Some of the
things.
collaborations that they've done. You've seen
Yeah,
with
well, these are more recent, aren't they? So these.
This is a really cool looking guitar.
I like the Sunburst one. Look.
Yeah, how do we get that down, Matt? What's the trick? I love that colour. And look at this, it's the scratch plate. It's like a little heart.
Yeah.
I love it.
Has it got the? It's got the same connector. Sorry, I'm just.
Listen, Palfero fretboard.
It's completely different. I mean, you can't have that. Palfero is. Can you pick it up again? I'm just. Oh, sorry.
Pete's hurt himself.
I've hurt myself
Oh,
again.
It's got another scarf
Yeah, but that's it.
thing on it. Oh,
Wow.
here we go, look, and some
We're not ready.
signed pedals.
Still more stuff over there, man.
Come on, guess the
Okay,
signatures.
Steve Vai.
Bernie Marsden.
Yeah, that's an easy one. Bonner. With that, is that Bonamassa?
I don't know. It's Bono's Welsh.
There's a
cousin.
microphone input in that, so I don't know what that is.
Who's the one with the horns on it? Is that like a Dave Navarro kind of thing?
That's
or
the guy that does the Radio 1 rock show.
Zane Is that
Daniel P. Carter.
Oh, okay.
Steve Vai.
Yeah.
Bernie Marsden, Richard Bonner, that's the VO1
Oh, Richard
prototype.
Bonner, yeah.
Who's this
RC1,
noise suppressor?
I think that one's Ingve Malmsteen.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
It doesn't look like an Ingve Malmsteen signature. It looks more like
Might be
Lady
another.
Gaga or something. Probably isn't her. Mega Distortion. Who's that? Marty Friedman? Who knows? So anyway, some signed pedals.
Time pedals.
I mean, oh look! Goodies! Merch!
I mean,
Now,
this is the watch, man. The watches is absolutely...
all the merch that
Yeah.
Boss can't make, you know, they can't sell clothes. They can't
What?
sell. So look at the t-shirt that Matt's wearing.
Oh, yeah.
They can only give those away for free. They cannot sell them because of the Hugo Boss thing. So Boss have never ever been able to make t-shirts for sale, or any clothes for that matter.
That is just crazy.
These are great. Look, there's a little clock.
Yeah.
What does that blues driver do? Oh, it's a clock as well.
That's a clock.
I love it.
Clock. Look, 8 millionth metal zone.
That's no 8 million pedals, isn't it? But
Is
the
it?
metal zone I think was 1 million.
1 million, yeah, okay. So 10
I love
million.
the watches. Look at those
I know they're
watches.
brilliant, aren't they?
I would so wear one of those. I'm looking for one on eBay as soon as we get home. Dog tags as well. Like I'm a veteran of a bus gig.
There's another
Steve
thing.
Vai using an SDE 3000 with Yoshi.
Yeah, legend. Legend.
Yoshi looks young there, doesn't he?
He looks young all the time.
I think it's the last 2 or 3 years have taken its toll, to be honest with you.
After Matt started
Yeah,
working
probably.
with him. It's,
What is this? That's not a manual, is it? This red thing here. Is that a manual or just
It
like
was a book made only for Japanese dealers that lists out everything about Boss Bros.
Oh, wow.
It's like a Boss encyclopedia. But it
it's
only
like
ever
a
came out
Bible
to-
of Boss.
These were the first 2 product catalogues featuring the Boss. He was like a
Oh,
Japanese cartoon.
he was like a cartoon character.
Yeah,
wasn't he?
yeah.
The boss. Brilliant.
Now it might get a bit noisy when we're going over here because we got the fan on. Yeah, comes on right here. But check these things out. I mean,
They're like 20 grand's worth of tape echo here.
check the plates out here.
These are not cheap to buy on eBay, are they?
No,
RE101.
I mean in the farm, there's Genesis or the farm studio up there. They've got these sitting with the plate
I
spinning.
think you're going to have to shout over the air.
Yeah, but I mean this is just incredible.
What's the iconic tape echo, Matt? Which one?
201.
That one, yeah.
So this is every single one we've ever made. The 201 is the most iconic. The 100 is the rarest one ever. So we only made this for about 9 months.
9 months?
What kind of albums or artists would have been like a
100, you'll struggle to see that in studios because we only made that for a short time. But the 201 is basically in every studio in the world. Usually most studios use this for any sort of reverb or any sort of outboard delay.
Yeah. And there's some amps
Amps
signed.
signed by
Robin Ford, Ingrid Malmsteen.
Bobby Ford.
I mean, Ingrid plays this all the time. That's the Bluetooth one, isn't it? That's another Bluetooth.
Oh yeah, this isn't actually a guitar amp as such, is it? This is just like for playing music through.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, just play something like that.
crew.
House of Vans, Andertons crew. Ooh!
Where would Kirk Hammett would have sat?
Well, it's what our pedal collection.
See.
See if we can find one.
Yeah, definitely smell of Kirk's crack there.